the Chi-Town experience on the flight. Let me go tune in to Keek on the mic. He gon' make sure we get our news and highlights. When you get on YouTube, you better hit the like.
This new clip sends a clear message on the Bears' plans for Caleb Williams this season. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. So, Bears fans, I hope you guys are having a really good week. Before I go any further with today's episode of Keek on the Mic, I want to remind you guys that I am still doing a giveaway of that Caleb Williams jersey. Today is actually the last day to enter that giveaway, and I'll announce the winner as soon as tomorrow right here on the podcast. All you guys need to do is comment Bear Down and where you are from down below in the comment section. Once again, thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys continue to show me and the channel. You guys are definitely the reason why the channel is such a big success now on YouTube and on many different other platforms as well. You guys are definitely the reason that you guys are keeping me going as well. So bear down to every single one of you guys, and good luck in the Caleb Williams giveaway entry right here on the podcast. So Bears fans, we are currently in the point of the offseason where it's kind of dead. We are just sitting here waiting for the start of training camp this month. And I know the anticipation is high because obviously with Ben Johnson being the new head coach of the Bears, Caleb Williams going into year 2. But there is not much to really talk about in regard to me as a Bears content creator. But I do actually want to share something with you guys on today's episode of Keek on the Mic, something that I saw on social media, because the expectation prior to training camp is, players usually go out and I guess go on vacation and, keep their minds right, go out and still train and do drills. And obviously Caleb Williams is no exception. He is definitely on a mission. He is ready to prove the world wrong. He is ready to prove why he was the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft. So I just wanted to show you this clip that has kind of been surfacing on social media. And I know a lot of Bears fans will comment down below in the comment section when I show this clip saying, hey, Keek, this is just a normal clip of Caleb Williams throwing the football. But this clip in particular actually showed Caleb Williams going through a play action fake, and I'll go ahead and play this clip right now on today's episode of Keek on the Mic as I continue to talk. But once again, this is very interesting to me that he is going through this play action fake, because this is something that Ben Johnson definitely has emphasized, being the new play caller and new head coach of the Chicago Bears. We have to remember that Ben Johnson, when he was the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator for the last couple of years, he actually ran the most play action attempts in the National Football League by a wide margin last season, which was 220. It is a core part of the system, obviously running the football effectively. Obviously, if you're able to run the football effectively, that leads into play action. And obviously, play action can lead into a lot of explosive plays for your offense, which you saw time and time again with the Detroit Lions for the last couple of years, especially last season. So considering Williams is making this a core part of his workout, that should tell you everything that you need to know that is coming not only for Caleb Williams, but for Ben Johnson running the show and calling the plays on the offensive side of the football for the Chicago Bears. And once again, this is interesting because Caleb Williams is in very unfamiliar territory. He didn't run much play action outside of his unusual run pass option fakes in college. Last season, the Bears were actually 28th in total play action plays with 90. So it's definitely something that he's going to have to get used to. And obviously running play action, especially under center, another thing that Caleb Williams is not really used to. He has to get the cadence down. He has to have good proper footwork as well. But there is no doubt in my mind that Ben Johnson is really trying to drill this into Caleb Williams' head, not only playing well under center, but to be able to be a really good play action quarterback. Because if Caleb Williams, with all his natural talent, we already know that he has the ability to do off-script plays and the big time throws and just the Superman playmaking ability that you will get casually from Caleb Williams. But if he can become a really good play action passer as well, and this all determines on if the Bears can run the football effectively, which is the expectation since Ryan Poles has really rebuilt that interior offensive line to run the football effectively. if they can do that and Caleb Williams can master the art of being a good play action quarterback, it's going to be really hard to not only stop Caleb Williams, not only this upcoming season, but for the next, however long he plays in the National Football League. It's going to be really hard to stop this Chicago Bears offense. So it's definitely a approach that I love to see, because I think this part of his game can really take him to the next level as an NFL quarterback. So it's really good to see that Caleb Williams is focused and just doing those mental reps. And once again, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it definitely showcases the plans that Ben Johnson has for Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears offense this season. So Bears fans, let me know down below in the comment section on how you're feeling about this video clip. Are you excited about the idea of the Chicago Bears offense and Caleb Williams running more play action this season? I definitely am, because I think play action will definitely lead to more explosive plays on offense. So Bears fans, before I let you guys go on today's episode of Geek on the Mic, I also want to give you guys a quick update on what ESPN believes the Bears could possibly add prior to training camp. And they actually believe the Chicago Bears will actually add another linebacker prior to the start of training camp. This is what they had to say on the situation, Bears fans. They said linebacker depth is a bit of a problem for the Bears right now. They don't need a starter because they have TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds, but former Lions linebacker Reeves Maven would be a good depth addition. He also is a big help on special teams, having made the Pro Bowl for special teams just 2 seasons ago. The Bears special teams were strong in 2024, but another good gunner never hurts. So Bears fans, this is a very interesting thing to kind of dive into on today's episode of Geek on the Mic, because when you look at the depth on the roster in regard to the linebacker position, you have Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards. Those are your 2 guaranteed starters. Of course, we lost a couple of pieces in regard to linebacker room in the offseason. But after Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards, it does get kind of interested. You drafted Ruben Hippolyte. You have Noah Sewell, among others as well. But those guys don't really get you excited. I think Ruben Hippolyte has a lot of potential, just for a simple fact that he has a lot of speed, sideline to sideline, good tackler as well. I think he's going to fit perfectly on what Dennis Allen is trying to do within the Chicago Bears defense. But the Bears could use extra competition and more special teams help as well. I definitely agree with ESPN that was definitely a strong suit under special teams coordinator Richard Hightower. The Bears, to me, have one of the better special teams in the National Football League. But when you look at a guy like Jalen Reeves-Maybin, that's still only 30 years old, stands at 6'1", 226 pounds. This move would make a whole lot of sense for Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears. From 2019 to 2023, Bears fans, he was one of the best special teams aces in the National Football League. He actually had 41 tackles on punt and kickoff returns. Has a very special and natural ability to get downfield fast. On top of that, Bears fans, he would be a great depth for the linebacker room. Obviously, he's a veteran. Could definitely groom some of the young guys as well. Very strong blitzer. Definitely think he could fit on what Dennis Allen is trying to do. Likes to send his linebackers on occasional blitzes here and there. I believe he would be the perfect fit for what we are trying to accomplish here in Chicago, not only on special teams, but the defense side of the football as well. Not only that, Ben Johnson and Reeves-Maybin obviously have some sort of chemistry from their days with the Detroit Lions. I guess at this point, it all depends on money. If that works out, I would definitely love to add a guy like Jalen Reeves-Maybin prior to the start of training camp. So Bears fans, before I let you guys go, let me ask you guys this. Would you guys like the addition of Jalen Reeves-Maybin prior to the start of Chicago Bears training camp? Let me know down below in the comment section. But as always, Bears fans, make sure you guys continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Geek on the Mic with every single Bears that you know. But other than that, be back for our all new Bears podcast right here on Geek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You ain't about it, you ain't about it, you ain't Geek on the Mic. You ain't about it, you ain't about it, you ain't Geek on the Mic. You can go and subscribe because I be on it right. You ain't about it, you ain't about it, you ain't Geek on the Mic.